What is going on, Halo fans? Luke the Notable here, and I just want to say that I am still getting over a sickness. That's why I haven't really been covering this update as much as I would like to. Today we're going to be talking about the new Warzone Firefight playlists, Mythic Warzone Firefight and Legendary Warzone Firefight. They were brought in by 343 to apparently give bigger XP and rec point rewards for a harder challenge. And you know what? I'm going to be testing them on that. I don't believe it. You know, in the past they've given us things like featured playlists that supposedly give more XP, but in the past I've done the math and those featured playlists almost never equate to better XP per hour. So in order to get sufficient data in a small period of time, this playlist has only been out for a few days now, I enlisted some people on Twitter. You can see their Twitter names on the screen right now. I asked them to play a mix of Legendary and Mythic Firefight for me, and the rest of this video is going to be based off the numbers I got from them and my own numbers. The background gameplay is Mythic Warzone Firefight. The biggest difference is that the Mythic Skull gets activated, which gives the enemies huge health boost, and also the Black Eye Skull gets activated, which means you can't recharge shields unless you melee something. These two changes are why I believe Mythic Warzone Firefight had a 20% win ratio, while Legendary Warzone Firefight had an 80% win ratio. And in my own personal opinion, I didn't find Legendary Warzone Firefight that hard, but Mythic is freaking impossible. I'm going to be comparing these two new Firefight playlists to Warzone Assault, which is what I've said in many videos to be the best way as a solo player to get lots of XP and rec points. I'll post the formula that I came up with on screen that I came up with for Chaotix Gaming. The formula is 3600 equals T, which is your average time of your game in whatever playlist you're playing, times X, plus W, which is your wait time between each game. And then you're also going to multiply that by X. X in this situation is going to be your games per hour. Once you have X, which is your games per hour, you just multiply it by your average XP or rec points you get per game, and that'll give you your XP or rec points per hour. Now remember, we're trying to beat Warzone Assault as a solo queue player, and in order to beat that, Warzone Assault on average, and I have a lot of data for this, gets you about 15,000 XP per hour and about 7,000 rec points per hour. So first, let's look at Legendary Warzone Firefight. This is a playlist that 343 has stated has always going to be around, where Mythic Warzone supposedly is going away after this weekend is over. To my surprise, Legendary Warzone Firefight actually averages around 17,000 XP per hour and about 8,000 rec points per hour. And that's of course unboosted. All of the numbers in this are unboosted. That means that Warzone Assault and SWAT have been toppled by Legendary Warzone Firefight. 343 has done a great job in giving us a playlist that is hard, but also rewards you, at least as a solo player. Now there is something to be said about the difficulty of Legendary Warzone Firefight. In my own group of individuals that I got gameplay from and myself, we had an 80% win ratio. There may be something to be said if the win ratio does go down to 50 or even 40%, but for now, Warzone Firefight Legendary is definitely just easy enough where you can win enough of your games to get a high experience and rec point boost. Alright, now let's talk about Mythic Warzone Firefight, and supposedly it's just here for the weekend, but 343, if you're watching this video, please let it stay, because I think this is one of the most beautifully crafted playlists they have yet. Keep in mind throughout this, my special team of gameplay getters only had a 20% win ratio in Mythic Warzone Firefight. I actually have a 0% win ratio. I've played 3 games and haven't won a single one. The average time of the games were 17.5 minutes, and accounting for a 3-minute break in between. With that win ratio unboosted, you're gonna get about 18,500 XP per hour and about 8,500 rec points per hour. That not only beats Warzone Assault, but it also beats out Legendary Warzone Firefight. I mean, that is to be expected. It's the Mythic version, so it should be higher. This is nothing that we shouldn't have seen coming. But it's great that 343 has actually rewarded us for a challenge. And remember, this is only a 20% win ratio. You basically get a ton of XP and rec points just for showing up. See, now I know you're all wondering, what would happen if I could win every single game that I played in Mythic Warzone Firefight? And I've done the math for you. Taking the averages from just my wins, using the same average time, I found that you will get on average with a 100% win ratio in Mythic Warzone Firefight 22,500 XP per hour and 10,000 rec points per hour. That is nearly 50% better than Warzone Assault, which was the previous king of rec points and XP. And that's all unboosted, so adding things like rec point jackpots or huge XP boosts will just increase that number. Mythic Warzone Firefight is seriously fun, even though it's pretty infuriating. Even though I haven't won yet, I still want to go in and win because it's fun to see all of these high level things, and it feels like an accomplishment when you win. I love the idea of having something truly rewarding, truly difficult that can pay off a ton for solo queue players. So I really doubt 343 watches every video that I produce, or even any video that any content creator produces, but this is my plea to you guys, 343, please let Mythic Warzone Firefight stay. I think it's a really cool idea, and it can build your PvE community even more. There were tons of people that loved the Firefight challenge, and Mythic Warzone Firefight is just what that community needs. I've already shown with my data that Legendary Warzone Firefight is just not enough. I mean, 80% win ratio day one, either bump it up or give us Mythic. I think Mythic is a great challenge, and you need to keep it in. Anyway, tell me what you guys think down in the comments section below. I love reading comments. It is my favorite part about YouTube, and I really want to hear what you guys think. If you thought this video was interesting, if you have played Mythic Warzone Firefight 1 and have a good strategy, let me know. I'm dying to hear it. Seriously, I suck at it. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. It really helps me out. Seriously, it really does. On screen will be some other videos of me going over some different rec point tips, and there's going to be a new rec point video coming out fairly soon that I think a lot of you are really going to enjoy. But until then, stay notable. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.